Hi guys, and welcome to a video. Certainly a video of many types. So today was meant to be a shiny hunting video. It was meant to be that. But today is gonna be kind of a rant mixed in with shiny hunting. So as you are aware, Monday I covered how shiny hunting works. Or how it is supposed to do. Like, what is it, how we're supposed to shiny hunt, right? This is how it's supposed to work, how we were supposed to do things. For instance, getting a shiny donut and all of that stuff, right? Well, let me tell ya, the day of this recording has been a day. I woke up in a very bad headache. I was like, okay, let me go get something to help me with that headache. And I did do that. I did that, grabbed me a water, did everything you're supposed to normally do for a headache, correct? Well, let me tell you, it did not work. So as I was recording today's episode, I was getting more frustrated and annoyed by every little thing that was not working out. So I kind of stopped recording. And it was mainly because I was so angry. I stopped recording, and it was mainly because my head started to hurt even worse. We're doing a lot better now. This is the same day. I took a nap. And in that nap, and after that nap, I realized that I needed to talk about the decisions that Pokemon has made with regard to shiny hunting, and I think a lot of people will agree with me on this. Regardless of how you feel, I'm gonna show the shiny box real fast, because I think a lot of you are gonna be like, oh, you're just complaining to complain. If you look, I have a lot of shiny Pokemon. From a mixed bag of resources. To me, something has changed. Irreversibly changed with this game and shiny hunting. Normally, you can get a shiny within a few minutes of shiny hunting. But in this, it's starting to become a lot harder to actually get a shiny that you want. For instance, like, I don't understand it. And this is not going to be our normal intro for every shiny hunting video. We are going to still do shiny hunting in this game. We are, but I think something has changed that has made this altogether a worse experience. And I say that as someone that has gotten over 100 shinies in this game. And has spent a lot of time shiny hunting. Which some might say, oh, be careful, you don't want to be too angry. But I think there's some things that we need to talk about. For instance, to even make a shiny donut, you have to make a sparkly donut, you have to have Tonka berries. Have to have a high sweetness score at least above 500. My problem with the shiny berries, the sparkly berries thing, is you can't guarantee what type you want. For instance, we have a lot of ghost type berries. That's not because I want to shiny hunt ghost types. It just isn't. I would love it if I could get a sparkly dragon type donut. But no, I keep getting ghost types and steel types. Which is fine. Like, steel types have some great shinies, and I'm very happy to do so, because I really like shiny Beldum. Like, Beldum is one of my favorite shinies in all of Pokemon, but being forced to shiny hunt something that I'm not really wanting is not great. But let's get to the meat and potatoes of the episode. Okay? This was just an addendum that I wanted to make before the video starts fully. So, I just want to make sure it's clear that while, yes, this is a shiny hunting episode, I want to make sure it's clear that I think the system of shiny hunting is flawed and doesn't really work as well as it used to. I don't know if they've updated it or if they've patched it, but it seems like certain strategies no longer work and that you're locked in to do other strategies which stink. Because the constants that I'm remembering just do not work anymore. And it's kind of sad. Oh. But that is the case there. So, let's get into the rest of the video. See you guys there. Hi guys! And welcome to the Hyperspace Dimensions. Yes, we are already here. In this Hyperspace Dimension, we are already shiny hunting. So, rules of the shiny hunt. 1. On the bottom part of the screen, you will see what we are currently shiny hunting for. It will not be a specific Pokemon unless I specifically say so. Other rule of thumb here. It will be... What we'll do with some of these hyperspace dimensions is instead of you watching me go back and forth and me talking aimlessly for 10 to 15 minutes of time, to make it simpler and easier on you, this is not a live stream, this is a normal shiny hunt episode. I will only edit to points where we catch a shiny Pokemon, excuse me. If we don't catch a shiny Pokemon, then we skip this wild zone. If I don't catch one, you'll see the end of the wild zone with no shinies. So, to make this clear, we are hunting a shiny steel type. Doesn't matter which one we're doing, but mainly I'm seeing that we can get a Beldum here, and that's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna try to catch a shiny Beldum. Now, while I am doing this, I want to talk kind of strategically about shiny hunting. Now, I think my video that I made on Monday, the tips and tricks that I use for shiny hunting, is a good video and it helps and it's a decent video because the tips that I use are similar to what other people use. I do think that the strategy that you see me doing right now may not be viable anymore. I'm not sure about that because I've seen streamers do this. And heck, even like this one, the Greavard that I've caught, a Greavard that I have is also a Pokemon that I did this trick with. So I know this shiny tactic works. So, there is that. But yeah. Anyway. I'm gonna see you at the end of this wild zone if I catch nothing, or when I catch a shiny something. I catch a shiny something or other. See you then. I am gonna go ahead and cut. Sorry. And cut the shiny hunt for this Beldum a little bit short for these Steel types, because it just doesn't seem like we're gonna be getting much this time. So we're gonna go ahead and exit the area. Oh? What spawned in? Aha! Look at that! That, my friends, is a Klefki. We got a shiny Klefki. There we go. Well, now I can introduce the other part of this video. We are getting we're gonna have a shiny counter. We're gonna say how many shinies I can catch as well. Now, this video is not gonna be the longest video, but it's going to be at least 30-ish minutes. At least. So. Oh, that's cool. We got a shiny Klefki. Take a look at it. Not the worst. There's the keychain from silver to gold, which is kind of cool. And that's a new shiny. So, what's our next thing? Let's take a look at our donuts. Ghost type. That's a ghost type donut. Dark type. Ghost type. Okay. And then I want to look at my berries real fast. 3 Haban, 5 Tonka. Okay. Alright. I got an idea. We are going to run to Hotel Z real fast. And what we're going to do is I want to test if this works. I want to test if combining several different berries makes a sparkly donut. This is what I want to test, because it is above that 500 score, so we'll see. I would be kind of... No, it didn't. Okay, that tells me exactly that. I just wanted to test that. Sorry for wasting some time, but I wanted to test it. Alright, seeing as we have a lot of ghost type. We have a lot of ghost types. We have an electric type, but it's a lot of ghost. Seeing as nothing is quite available, I think we're gonna go and do something else. We're gonna go to Wild Zone 20. And we're gonna do a bit of a different hunt, I think, maybe. Actually, no. It is time for me to do something else. What we are gonna do now Can't believe that shiny spawned in right as we were about to leave, which is hilarious. What we are gonna do is I'm gonna put up on the counter, on the shiny hunt, shiny Dratini. Right now. There it is. That is what we are hunting for until it turns daytime. So, that is what we are hunting for. So I will see you all then. I thought I just heard a shiny sound effect for a minute. But, alright. I will see you all either when I get a shiny Dratini or when I don't. See y'all in a minute. Okay, it turned to daytime. We're gonna check the spawn, the hyperspace dimensions. But we've had very little luck with shiny hunting Dratini here, which is par for the course. I haven't caught one in at all. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That's a dark type. That has a dark type to it, but like I feel like that'd be a waste of a donut. Waste that on that, because like I don't know. I don't like that. Okay, we're gonna try this a few more times, and I'm gonna keep you with me this time. Instead of cutting out most of the shiny hunt. There will be a hunt soon where I will just keep you with me the entire time and we'll just talk. We'll just chat. We're gonna talk just a little bit about different things. And one thing I want to talk about is, at the time of recording this, it's January 8th. It's going up tomorrow. Going up the next day of January 9th. Pokemon Day is next month on February 27th. Something I'm going to mention now is I'm gonna do a predictions video. Maybe do a predictions video, or we're gonna label our predictions now. So, as far as Pokemon goes, for the 30th anniversary, it's 30th birthday of a franchise. I would not be surprised, and I think you all need to be ready for this, if Generation 10 gets announced at the 30th anniversary. I would not be shocked about that. It would mean that this generation has been extremely short. However, they have pounded the... Why did I send out Dragonite? That's weird. They have pounded the idea of shiny hunting, not shiny hunting, good lord. Can't even talk. They have pounded content out this year with the mainline games. For not this year, but the generation, and I guess that's a good spot as any to end that shiny hunt. But what I mean is the shiny hunt. Oh, good lord, my brain is so focused on shiny hunting that I can't talk about anything else. Anyway. The thing that I wanted to make sure I mention about this, and my prediction, is I think they're going to announce Generation 10 this year, this cycle, this time period. Thanks for the repeat ball. Thank you for giving back my repeat balls. But as I'm saying here, is that all I'm saying is my prediction is twofold. I think we're going to see a Generation 10 reveal, and, sorry for the cut, and a Generation 10 reveal, or if they're not going to release Generation 10 yet, we will get another remake. And if we do get a remake, it's probably gonna be Black and White. Here's the thing, and I think a lot of people nowadays can agree with me on this. Man, just nothing. Okay. Well, I think a lot of people can agree with me on this point, right? That I think a remake of any Pokemon game is fun and interesting, right? But the thing about the remakes of Pokemon games is recently they have been really, really bad. Like they've not been great. For instance, Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond, or BDSP as everyone likes to call it. Those games are incredibly flawed for a specific reason. They took some things away. Now, how do you make Black and White worse? I don't really know. 'Cause Black and White are commonly seen as great games. I don't know how you would go about making those specific games worse. I'm not sure. Because in order for you to make a game worse, you have to be, like, judicially bad at making video games. To make a game that's already really good worse. Now, let's say they do something that makes it worse, right? We're not staying in here for the full hour, I promise you. But we are switching tangents and going to shiny hunt some ghost types. Nothing specific, just ghost types in general. I don't care what I get, I just want a shiny. We're gonna see what I can get out of these out of the ghost types that are available in this hunt. Now, if I'm gonna be honest, a shiny Litwick would be kind of neat. But I already kind of have one of those, so like that's not like the biggest want or need, really. Shiny Yamask be kind of neat. Get my hands on. And in fact, I see a... Hopefully there's nothing out here, because if there isn't anything out here, we can do the method. Yes! Yes! I can do the method here. After they stop following me. Jeez, okay. Go away! Why are you following me still? Okay, goodness. Yes, there we go. But yeah, no, that's my prediction, really. And we're gonna stay here for a bit. Like I said, we're gonna hang out and talk a little bit. Now we're gonna talk about my predictions. I think those are my predictions. I think we're gonna have either Gen 10 get revealed, which if it does get revealed, I have a feeling that Pokemon's going to realize that people really like the action style of gameplay more than the turn-based stuff, and they might go that route. But I really think it would be a disservice to this game if they did that. I think the Legends games need to feel special on their own. That I think they don't need to go backward. They don't need to go to an action style, but I think it might actually help people buy the game more if another mainline game has it. But again, how do you optimize it? How do you do double battles? How do you do any of that stuff? That's a lot of complicated things, and it would ultimately wind up killing VGC if that's a thing. I don't think that's gonna happen, because I think with all things considered, I don't think they're gonna do that. Because if they did do that, I think it'd be a mistake. I think we will see either Gen 10, or we'll get a remake of Black and White. And not Black and White 2, it's not going to be a combo deal. It's going to be Black and White. If it is a combo deal, I'll be impressed. I will be very, very impressed with them if they actually do a combo deal. But, yeah, no, I think that would be the most fitting thing for it, is that Black and White would be the next remake I would do. If it's not gonna be a remake that they announce it, I have a feeling they're gonna announce some things. One, I think we're gonna finally learn about what Pokemon Champions is about. A little bit more about Pokemon Champions, which is especially interesting because it's that free-to-play MOBA stadium-esque game, and I'm very curious on how that's gonna come out and what that's gonna look like. So I'm very, very curious about that, because the stadium games are some of my favorite Pokemon games because they are interesting. They have so much to do in them with mini games and all that. And it's not just a battler, but we'll see if it's going to be purely a battler for when you're battling against Battle Online and stuff. We'll see. But irregardless of that, right? The shiny Pokemon, irregardless of that, I think, to me, that's what we're gonna see from them on that day. I also foresee a bit of a reveal of another side game or something. I could see them revealing another side game, but again, it's Pokemon, not the other Nintendo titles. If it was the other Nintendo titles, I would have more faith that they would reveal something more interesting. You know, like, I'd have more faith in them if it was like a shiny new game, that we get a new mainline game and a new side game, not side game, spin-off game. I think that would be really, really cool. Some people call the Legends games not mainline. I'm going to say that they are mainline, but they are most definitely spin-offs. Because instead of the traditional formula for Pokemon, they're a completely different game. They're more narrative-based. And they're more focused on different kinds of gameplay. But I think, to me, they are spin-offs, personally. But I could see them doing spin-off, a spin-off title and a new mainline game. If that is the case, they will probably have a remake. If it is a spin-off and another mainline game, it's going to be a spin-off and a remake. If it's not, and if it's not that, I don't think we get another spinoff. I think it's going to be just a remake. I also think that within the next year, we will see Pokemon XD, Pokemon Coliseum and XD get released onto the GameCube emulator. I really do think that, because this would be the perfect time. 30th anniversary, everyone's going to be feeling nostalgic anyway. And what a way to convince people to buy the Switch 2 and buy the expansion pack. That's just my thought. So those are my predictions going into next month. I think there's a lot of evidence that points to it being Generation 10 and not a remake. I think it'd be hilarious if the remake did come out, because I think it would be interesting to see if that game is going to take a step forward and be interesting, or if it's going to be bad. I would hope that the Black and White remake, if they did do it, they would realize that Black and White 2 and White 2 are connected, and that they're going to remake both games at the same time and have all the games be connected. I do know that there are Generation 10 leaks, but we don't know for sure if those leaks are accurate. We can't be for sure about that, you know? And it's not like I'm trying to deny people their right to think that Generation 10 is coming. It is coming. I don't know if it's this year or not. I kind of hope it is, because Generation 9 has been a lackluster year. Lackluster generation for Pokemon, and it's mainly due to the Pokemon's own ineptitude. Like, not Pokemon's ineptitude, but due to the fact of what happened with Scarlet and Violet, with how many people clowned on it and made fun of it. And rightfully so, because the graphically, it was very much a step behind, and this game's not that much better. But hopefully soon we start getting Pokemon games that have better effort put into them, but man, I don't know. Anyway, I don't mean to sound uber negative towards a franchise that I love, but it should be pretty clear that my thoughts on it this year are very considered to be kind of negative, because I'm not sure if we're going to get what we want. I'm not sure if anybody's getting what they want this year, because I don't trust them to do anything this year that will make things positive. I'm kind of hoping that I'm wrong. I'm hoping that I'm wrong. And I'm also hoping that they pull a Mario, and that instead of revealing a new game, a new big game, they reveal a spin-off, a remake of an old game, and a remake of an old game, and a movie, or another media, like a movie or something. That way, we don't have a big reveal, another mainline game to worry about. We can take the year off and have a bunch of content to talk about with the movie, the video games, like spin-off, another remake of some kind, and a well-produced remake. Or you could do the Mario thing and just add a little bit to it and not touch it. Because Black and White and Black and White 2 are perfect the way they are. I think, personally, if they're going to remake... I will say this. If they are going to remake Black and White, they are not remaking Black and White 2. I don't think they do the combo deal. And that is that. So, coming back to the shiny Pokemon, the catching shiny Pokemon, as you've seen, we've caught nothing here, but I don't want to waste all our time here. Like I said at the top of this Hyperspace Zone, I am not going to sit here for 60 minutes. For an hour. If I was playing this by myself, I definitely would. But for you all, I'm not doing that, because I think me going up and down the same sidewalk for an hour, and especially recording this for an hour, seems like a huge waste of time. I think I am gonna go ahead and teleport to the beginning of the area and get out of here. And I do think that we probably will end off the video here. End off the episode because I don't really have much else I want to say, and a video like this would be very, very boring if we kept doing it this way. I will say that Shiny Hunt video, before I conclude, I want to make sure I mention that Shiny Hunting videos are not going to be common. And why is that? That is because a lot of our live streams are going to be Shiny Hunting. Because those are easier. Those are better. Because A, I won't mind having you watch me do it. And we can all just sit and watch and read the chat. I'll read the chat and we'll talk. That kind of thing. That's kind of where I'm at with that. Is that, like, Shiny Hunt videos will not be common. Because I don't want to have, like, you and the viewer, you as a viewer and me be miserable the entire time. So that is something to think about with me right now, is I don't want that to happen. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end off the episode here. Next time on Pokemon Legends ZA, we will be going into competitive Pokemon or the ZA Battle Club. And be doing a lot there. So, see y'all then. Bye-bye for now.